Hello guys, and welcome to part 8 of me making a film score generator. I have been dreading these 2 weeks for a long time. This is because I have spent the whole 2 weeks debugging the rhythm learning systems, and a lot of more systems, which I have been putting off ever since I started almost 2 months ago. But it at least works now. Anyways, I first started off by making the AI relearn all the 4 moods, so its new data would fit the new rhythm and melody generation systems. This is when I regretted making so many new songs, because now instead of fixing one mood when I made a mistake, I had to fix all 4 moods, and I had to start from the very beginning each time. Anyways, after I finally finished, I decided to ruin my project further by actually adding code for the new note data value I added last episode. Basically, before learning each instrument's notes, the AI would create a list containing all the notes, pitches and note end times of the current melody instrument. Then, for each note it learns, it would find the nearest note in that list to the current position. This took forever to figure out, but it was surprisingly easy to code. Finally, I felt ready to take a stab at generating a new song. I hoped that the AI would now magically start generating good songs, but of course, it didn't. First of all, the timpani decided that it would have no notes inside, causing there to be a bunch of maximum length notes, which I had gotten pretty used to seeing in the past. I first thought it was something with the previous melody instrument code I implemented. I tried disabling the code for the timpani by making it add a specific string which would automatically let the note pass, in hopes of allowing the timpani to have more notes. But this didn't work. So, after some searching, I tried looking into the instrument list, and turns out, the timpani just completely wasn't there. After some more searching, I realized that it was because the parsed Medichson I was using put 2 notes for the 2 staves of the harp, which was the instrument right above the timpani, making the AI think that the second and empty staff was the timpani. Additionally, this also shifted every single other instrument up by 1. So, I made it so that if the AI detects that the current notes is empty, but that there is also another notes 17 away, it will skip the current notes and check if the one 17 away is empty or not. This finally fixed the problem with the instruments sounding all weird and off. Except, in many ways, they still did sound weird and off, because all of the rhythms were still messed up. Though I set the duration to 8 seconds, or 5 measures, many instruments had parts up to 2 times that. Turns out, this was because the rhythm learning system was fundamentally flawed. Basically, for each note, the learner keeps track of the position in the current chord progression, and it will use this to determine how many notes to group into one memory. But however, sometimes, notes can start in one chord and end in the next, greatly confusing the AI. To fix this, I made it so the AI would check if it should move to the next chord for every note, instead of for every group of notes. But it still barely did nothing. So, I had to do more debugging. And since Scratch didn't have a debugging mode, I had to get very creative. After a while, I found out that I didn't change the ending point for the note grouping after each change in the chords. But after I added that, it didn't work yet again. So, I made it so it would not change the goal endpoint if the current chord wasn't changed. After fixing these bugs, I found out that the current instrument the AI was learning actually never changed, because the code to detect when it should change was also broken. So, I fixed it. After basically recoding the entire rhythm system, finally most of the parts ended together. But some were still a measure longer or shorter. Turns out this was because the AI would generate a new chord progression for every instrument, each with different lengths of chords. So, after fixing that, and also making the chords fit better into the song duration, the parts finally ended all together. So yeah. Here is what the AI made before. And here is what it can make now. Sure, most instruments still have notes which didn't even exist in the training songs, but at least they now sound somewhat together, which is progress. So see you next time, and bye.